So, friends, welcome to Perfection IAS, and here we are with a dedicated series on economic survey of Bihar, which is going to specifically focus on the 66th BPSC, which is due on 27th of December. Now, here before us is the index. Obviously, what I would like you all to download the economic survey PDF which we are providing, which is again being provided by the Perfection IAS, and I want you all to have a very rough reading of the text. And since we have sort of excluded many of the least important facts, or facts which are specifically not important for the examination, and had precisely put forward the point which are very very important, what we would like you all to have a rough idea of this whole particular document. Now, which again is a very important document if we see the examination scheme, the whole scheme of examination of BPSC. Now, the economic section of BPSC, which have directly or indirectly 5 to 7 questions, or sometimes obviously 10 to 12 questions also, have a very great focus on this particular economic survey. So that is why we are going to cover the economic survey in detail, chapter wise. But before just going through the chapters, what I would like you all to have a look at the index of the economic survey. Now, this economic survey have 11 chapters, and that's why we also here have named those important sectors in which this particular economic survey is dealing. Again, there is very two new addition to this year's economic survey. First is environment and climate change, which is first time added to the list of indexes, and again the e-governance. Now, these two sector is very important. We'll be seeing that what are plans of state government, in fact, and how they look how they look into the whole scheme of thing related to environment and climate change, and what they are up to. Like, there are different missions started by the state government. Jal Jeevan Haryali mission is one such mission. We'll be looking into many details of those things, and again our focus would be specifically on the examination. So few important things which are again unimportant for the examination, we'll be skipping that, and we'll be making a separate video for the main section. Why? Because again, economic survey, we need to visit it again for the mains also. Again, the e-governance and again right to service with respect to Bihar is a very very important topic, not only for prelims, though the scope of asking question in prelims is quite a less, but yes, in mains this is a potential section which is becoming a favorite. Why? Because e-governance or good governance and the delivery of the services, so these are very important topics which are dealt in the examination, which are asked in the examination in some way or the other. So we'll be looking into that also. Though these two again, there could be a very direct question from this particular index also. So again, we'll be seeing the nature of BPSC, how BPSC makes question. Like, there is a very high probability that there could be a question that which of the following chapters are the new addition to the economic survey for 2020-21. And again, obviously there could be a list of options given, including environment and climate change and e-governance. So again, if there are both the option given, if environment and climate change along with the e-governance is given, your answer is going to be E. And if only one of them are given, so obviously you are going to. So again, the very cliche type of question, like a question on what is when was the first economic survey tabled by the Bihar government, or who was first to present it, or this particular economic survey is in dash in the series of economic survey. So on again, these sort of fact I would like you all to cover it with again any of the standard books, and again like economics. The current affairs series by the Perfection IAS also covered these petty topics. But here we are into some serious business. We are here to cover the economic survey, which again is a very complex document, and usually because of the complexity, students usually try to skip into the reading of this economic survey. Now economic survey is not only important for the examination, for the prelims, for the mains, but also for the interview, and also for the sake of understanding the subject, along with understanding of the state itself. So we'll be looking into this magical documents into quite a detail, but yes, again focusing on the 27th of December also. So our explanation are going to be in between, being very precise to obviously, if there's an explanation required, I'll be doing that also. What I would like you all, again as I've said earlier also, and again I'm uh, requesting in fact you all to go through this document once, at least the chapters. Like today I am going to deal with chapter 1. So before going into this particular chapter and looking forward to my video and understanding the whole concept, what I would like you all is to go through the chapters once at least, and even if you don't understand, just read it and then try to understand the concept, try to understand the points through my video. Now that is going to enhance the understanding in a better way. So and that's the way how you can understand these complex documents. Again, I'll be making underline few important things which according to me is a potential section, potential area from which a question could be made in prelims examination, specifically the 66th one. So please do take note of those particular section. Now introduction is again a very a very sort of a very descriptive sort of idea. It gives you a very mainstay, sort of like it says agriculture is the mainstay of economy such as Bihar, underpinning their food security. I would like you all to underline food security, employment and rural development. Now these three lines are very important, these three words are very important, not only for the sake of this particular economic survey, but also for your preparation. The whole scheme of preparation in the economics and the geoeconomic sections talks about food security, talks about employment and rural development, and we'll be seeing these things at length in the next section of the economic survey also. It supports the livelihood of more than 3/4 of the population. Again, as I've said earlier, agriculture is a very sole. This particular activity is not just important because it gives it gives a good chunk of contribution to the GSDP, the whole the GSDP of state, but it is also important because the 70%, more than 70%, and sometimes 70 to 70 80% of the population is directly or indirectly engaged in agriculture. And when 70 to 80% of the population is directly engaged in one particular sector, that sector, the importance of that sector for that particular states increase many folds. So and that's the reason the whole economic survey starts with the agriculture and the allied sector. Why? Because we need to focus on that. This is the core of the economy of Bihar. So you need to keep this in mind. And again, there's also a fact which we'll be looking into where it supports the analysis which I'm telling. Now again, the second important point is, besides generating employment, is also provide raw material to industry. I want to underline, I want to make you underline this: raw material to industry, augment food supply, assist in poverty alleviation. And in 2018-19, the food production of Bihar stood at 163.12 lakh ton. Again, a very important fact. Now, these sort of fact are a potential, direct potential question. So please do underline these facts and try to remember. Again, there's no way out. You need to remember mean few facts, and again if mnemonics work you can make it again, but that's on your own. Next, third point, the demand of financial resource for cropping, farm investment, purchase of inputs, and other machinery have been increasing in Bihar. Now, this particular line talks about the increase of demand, and this increase of demand gives you a hint that the agriculture in Bihar is still, there are a lot of potential in fact in agriculture and the activities which are related to agriculture. As it says that the farm investment, again there's a very bunch of things which is still required in the investment sector in the agriculture. So again things need to be worked upon on that also. Purchase of input like tractors, again we'll be seeing that a lot of farmers of Bihar, almost more than 90% of the farmers of Bihar are very small farmers. So again they have less than 2 acres of land. So again if you have very small piece of land, buying some machinery is not feasible. So government is making very different plan, and government is also trying to innovate many different things, working upon many different angles so that these small farmers could also take the benefit of the technology. So we'll be looking into that particular section also. Again there is the next line says the state government is undertaking various schemes to promote climate resilient agriculture practices. Again please do underline this climate resilient agriculture practices in the fourth point, and provide technological assistance, improve access to modern input to ensure livelihood security to the farming community. Now, climate resilient agriculture practices is a buzzword. Now, if you mention these practices and if you elaborate some like use of drip irrigation or use of different technologies which could increase the shelf life or which could again make agriculture a bit more easier and which more remunerative, again your marks are going to enhance. So again you need to have, and we'll be explaining at length about the climate resilient agriculture practices and what Bihar is doing, what is contribution of Bihar. We'll be seeing the organic farming also, where there are very different districts which are now moving towards more and more organic farming. Also we'll be seeing there are few crops like the black rice and the black wheat which is grown in Gaya district nowadays, and how it is different from different crops and how it could add to some climate resilient practices. So we'll be looking into that also. But yeah, this was a fair introduction, and this introduction is here to give you a feel of what we are going to study in this particular chapter. Now we'll be seeing some crucial finding of the survey. Again important, as I have said, this BPS examination focuses more on the factual part of thing, factual scheme of things. So we'll be not skipping the facts, but very important facts we are going to look into. So the first line itself says the relative share of agriculture sector in state GSDP declined from 35.8% in 2001 to 19.7% in 2017-18 due to increase in the share of tertiary sector. So as I have said, the contribution towards the GSDP of agriculture is declining year on year. But yes, since 70%, 7 to 8, more than 70% of the population is directly and indirectly involved in agriculture, so this becomes a very very important sector for the population of Bihar. So this particular fact need to be remembered. Next line, however, it continues. Importance lies in the fact that more than 70% of population is engaged in agricultural operation, as I've said earlier. Next line, next point. Since after the partition of state in 2000, bulk of mineral-rich resources were transferred to Jharkhand, and agriculture remained a prominent subject in Bihar. So as known by everyone that after the division of states, again the bifurcation of states in Jharkhand, what has happened is the mineral rich belt, the Chota Nagpur area is now part of Jharkhand, and Bihar is very very deficient. Again there is a potential question. Again this is a question related to mineral. What is the percentage of mineral found in Bihar? answer for this particular question is 0.91%. Again, different books give different data, but yes, it is less than 1%. So less than 1% to the total contribution of India, 0.91% to be exact. So these sort of facts also you need to cover. Now again, the next point which is important is achieving a high and sustainable growth in agriculture sector is crucial for creating both on farm and off farm employment opportunity and improving income, particularly for the poor. So we'll be looking into, please underline this, on farm and off farm employment opportunities. We'll be looking into what are these employment opportunities, and specifically in the current era, how these new technological innovations can help to make this on farm and off farm employment opportunities viable for the large section of people, especially for the skilled and semi skilled people. So again, there's a very small point which says that northern Bihar is predominantly agriculture and southern Bihar is agriculture and the industrial activity. We'll be looking into this section also, and why northern Bihar is more focused on agriculture and development of industry is quite slow in the northern Bihar. And mean year on year and with some pace, the development of industry in the industrial sector in the southern Bihar, specifically the southern, the most southernest part of the Bihar, is taking place. And what are the reasons? We'll be looking into that also, but you need to keep this particular fact in mind. Based on rainfall, temperature, soil, and terrain, the state divides into three agroclimatic zone. So again, the division of state into three agroclimatic zone needs to be kept in mind. Again, there's a fact in the box which is just to be read, that river Ganga divides Bihar into two uneven half. Again, the percentage of the division also is very important. So please do write if you know. The river Ganga divides North Bihar into North Bihar and South Bihar. So what is the area of North Bihar and what is the area of South Bihar? First question. Second question which you can write in the comment is, what are the percentage of the total area? So North Bihar is what percent of Bihar and South Bihar is what percent of Bihar. These sort of questions are again favorites of BPSC, which again it's very highly probable that they can ask questions on these lines. Now again, next point, to reach the agriculture potential, the state government has initiated several program and agriculture roadmap for the development of crop, livestock, fisheries, dairy, irrigation sector in Bihar. And overall, again, what you need to underline is from this overall, the last 2 and 3 lines, the contribution of agriculture and allied sector to GSVA in Bihar gross state value addition. Again, GSDP and GSVA. Again, these terms need to be clear. And again, if you have any problem in understanding these terms, what you need to do is you need to Google it out. Why? Because I cannot explain these basic terms and go again. So what I would like you all is to have some basic knowledge of economics, just to cover this particular economic survey. So GSVA in Bihar decreased from 22.8% in 2013-14 to 19.3% in 2018-19. Again, underline this particular important point. When we could talk about GSDP earlier in the in the first page, it talked about a decline from 35.8% to 19.7% in 17-18. Again, in this page, the important point is GSVA, gross state value addition in Bihar, decrease of the agriculture decreased from 22.8% to 19.3% in 2018-19, and this again is relatively newer data from the earlier fact. Again, the livestock sector is also emerging as an important segment in Bihar, and we will be looking into livestock sector in detail. Before going any further, we'll be looking into the land resources. So land resources, the amount of land is finite, but the demand for alternate uses other than the agriculture are growing, calling for the proper planning for the optimal use of land resources. Land holding in Bihar, again, it talks about the small, as I've said earlier also, chunk of the the major chunk of the population, basically, which is involved in agriculture, are small and marginalized farmers. So we'll be seeing the fact also. So please, from the third line, underline this particular line, that the small and marginal land holding which are less than 2 hectare accounts for nearly 97%. Please underline this very important line. 97% of the land holding in Bihar. operating about 76% of the total area of the operational holding in the state during 2015-16. Very important fact, please underline that. And if you quote these sort of fact in your mains examination, obviously your answer are going to mean obviously reflect a different aura than the other candidates. Next line says the production trends of crops and horticulture. So the rich gangetic plain, fertile alluvial soil, and abundant water resources provide impetus for the diversified farming system in the state, producing both food and non-food crops. So we'll be looking into some of the cash crops of Bihar also. We'll be looking into the food crops of Bihar also, and how cash crop and food crop mix of Bihar is helping farmer, and what in the direction in which it's moving. We'll be looking into that also, and the contribution, in fact, the government role in manipulating as well as controlling these mix of the non-food and food crops is quite unique. Now specifically unique because Bihar, the agriculture community in Bihar is not much literate. So how government control it through its program is also rather very interesting. Now we'll be seeing into this box. This box talks about the agriculture production in state which is largely dependent on southwest monsoon. The agroclimatic and topographical factor in Bihar has led to cultivation of cereal, pulses, oilseed, fiber, and cash crop. We'll be looking into that. The South Bihar is more inclined towards the cultivation of pulses, and the reason for that is obviously the South Bihar receive comparatively less rainfall than the North Bihar. Reason of that also will be discussed, though that reason usually falls in the purview of geography classes, but yes, I'll be explaining you when the we'll be dealing about these particular trends. So then next box, again these boxes are very important. In fact, if you just go through these boxes and some other facts which I tell you to just go through, then obviously things could work out for economic survey very smoothly. So the trend in the production and productivity of important crops in Bihar, it emerged that there is scope for increasing the yield of food grains in both rain-fed and the irrigated areas of the state. So we'll be looking into this point also. Growing population has accentuated the need to step production in the state to meet needs of foods and nutritional security. So these are in fact what we have mentioned here in the boxes are the different dimension in which you need to answer your question if there is a question on these agriculture and allied sector. So since this is the document of the government, these angles, these dimensions are mentioned by the government and which you need to ponder upon. Now horticulture, again there are description of what is horticulture and what are fruits and how this fruit production can help into the whole scheme of things. So I want you all to just go through this particular box, and now we'll be coming into some more important topics. What we are going to do is we are going to just bifurcate the important topics, which is again a potential sector of question asking. So vegetable as a high income generating sector, the production of vegetable had received a special impetus in Bihar since the implementation of Natural Horticulture Mission in 2005. Again a potential question, when was Natural Horticulture Mission implemented? So the answer for that particular question is 2005. The Agriculture Roadmap 2017-22 specifically focuses on specific focus is now being given by the state government to organic cultivation and promotion of cultivation on rooftop. So rooftop cultivation again is government is focusing much more towards this section. Now setting up of low cost is cold storage unit and cold chain for marketing of fruits. Again, if you cultivate fruits, if you cultivate vegetables, they have very less shelf life, and if you don't manage it properly, again there is a very high chances of your stock being wasted. So again the waste, and again carrying, since these things are very bulky and carrying them is a herculean task, so again you need to have a very good chain of cold storage. Along with that, you need to have vans, refrigerated vans, which can carry your product to the market smoothly. So government is also working on those lines, having better resulted in better management of horticulture produced and minimize their wastage. Again, two boxes which are important: the state Bihar state organic mission is being implemented in 12 district of Patna. So in 12 district of Bihar, so what are those district? Patna, Buxar, Bhojpur, Nalanda, Vaishali, Saran, Samastipur, Begusarai, Lakhisarai, Khagadia, Bhagalpur and Munger. Important, please try to just open the map of Bihar and try to locate these 12 districts and try to remember these names. So again, there could be a question by the name, there could be a question by number of district also. So 12 district, you need to remember this particular fact also. The Prime Minister Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana is a centrally sponsored scheme which aims to increase the income of farmers by providing income support of 6,000 per year. So this amount again is important, could be a potential question. Again, in bold line, we have written that the under Jal Jeevan Haryali campaign, the state government has recently launched a new scheme called Jalvayu Ke Anukul Krishi. Again, we have just talked about climate resilient agriculture, and just see that that's the beauty of this particular document, that yeah, it gives you how what government talks and what government does. Both of these points are in this particular document. So we have just talked about climate resilient agriculture and government is talking about, and now government have implemented a new scheme which called Jalvayu Ke Anukul Krishi, which again could be translated in English as climate resilient agriculture Karyakram. So please go through this particular thing. Again, the explanation of animal husbandry, fishery and dairy sector, livestock. So please go through this particular thing. Again, in the box, there are few important points which we want to focus on. Fishery, like fishery is one of the most promising sector in Bihar and provide livelihood security to many economically poor household. We'll be looking into the fact of the fishery. So again, there are different facts which talks about how many or what is the fishery production, which is the district which produces larger amount of fishes. So we'll be looking into that particular thing also after the completion of this particular topic. Again, in the third para here in the box, it says presently Bihar is one of the leading inland fish producing states in India and ranked fourth in inland fishery in the country. So Bihar ranked fourth in inland fisheries in the country. You need to please underline this. Next, the state government is introducing farmers to all latest technology and quality fish seeds to increase production in efficient manner. We'll be looking into at length the explanation of how fishery sector works and what are the different technological innovation which the person involved in fisheries need to adapt. And again, why is there are no good seed bank here of fishes in Bihar, and usually people just sources from Kolkata, and what are the things involved in that. We'll be also discussing that for in a very short manner in the later part of the lecture. Again, in the box here, which is a bit darker, we talks about it talks about dairy sector, poultry sector and the fertilizer sector. So please, the chemical fertilizer have become an integral part. Please go through this particular box. Again, this just you need to understand these particular sector, give just have a hint of it. Again, in the Kisan credit card scheme here says that since 1998 the Kisan credit card scheme is providing timely credit support to farmers through interest subvention scheme. What is interest subvention? It's nothing but yeah, just reducing some amount of interest. So what is the general general scheme of interest subvention is, yeah, if the market interest is say 4%, government is subvent the 2%, and what effectively would be your interest is you are going to just calculate the 2% and you have to fulfill that particular obligations. So then irrigation again, and in irrigation you can go through this particular introduction. These two boxes are important. The box says the tube well are the major source of irrigation in state. Very important line, please underline that. Again a potential question. And irrigating nearly 63.1% of the total irrigated area. Next to tube well is canal water, which offers 30.7% of the total gross irrigated area in the state. Again, the next box says the agriculture roadmap 3, which is 2017 to 22. Again, a very important fact which you need to remember, has allocated a sum of rupees 1.54 lakh crore for the development of agriculture and allied sector, which include project to strengthen the irrigation, flood protection, food processing, and dairy development. So this particular fact, agricultural roadmap 3 and its year, and the sum of 1.54 lakh crore is important. Please go through this particular data and try to remember this. Now again, in the boxes, Bihar because of its geographical location is well endowed with the water resources. So please go through this particular fact, and now we'll be looking to conclusion is somewhat sometimes what BPSC does is it takes few of the concluding point and makes the statement. So statement type of question, which again you can mark as analytical type of question, could be asked from these conclusions. So we'll be just going through this conclusion. For being an agrarian economy, Bihar must focus on sustainable farming. Agriculture and its allied sector has huge potential to absorb unemployment rate. Please underline this particular line. A structured agriculture would pave more way to Bihar to enhance its productivity. Commercial farming would also make farmers more independent and economically sound. Apart from traditional agriculture, Bihar also has fishery, livestock, horticulture, fruits, vegetable, and other perishable items which could boost the trade structure of Bihar. Economic activities in Bihar are closely linked to development of agriculture and allied sector for its significant link to food and nutritional security. So again, a sort of a brief idea and a brief way forward for the agriculture sector of Bihar is given here. Again, a section for question for mains is also dealt here. So please go through this particular document, and this is it for today's class on economic survey. Today we have completed the first chapter, which talks about agriculture and allied sector. I have given you a brief idea of it. We'll be also coming with a series which will be highly dedicated, which will be more dedicated towards the factual scheme of thing. But before going into facts, what we need to cover is the analysis thing. So analysis and understanding of this particular sector is dealt here. Please go through it. Any of the queries you can just comment on the YouTube comment box, and stay tuned for more videos on economic survey, and prepare well for BPSC 66 examination. Thank you.